Hello everyone, Lucas speaking. Now, my last video, I said I was going to do a video analysis of why the Minions worked originally, but not anymore. But after seeing Minions Rise of Gru, and the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and a whole bunch of other, stuff that I'd rather not talk about over YouTube, I decided to hold back that video and instead finally do something that I've been meaning to do for a long time. And considering the fact that I've been on school holidays and haven't made a goddamn video, why? But I finally get to talk about something I wanted to do since the beginning. Superhero movies, my livelihood, my childhood, my coping mechanism, and my guide through life. Oh, shut up, that's definitely a thing. Anyway, what superhero should I talk about today? Probably my favorite superhero from the Marvel Universe, next to the Incredible Hulk, is Spider-Man! You know, the story about a guy who got bit by a guy, and there was a guy with great responsibility comes guys in your bed. Anyways, I recently saw Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and I loved it. And due to the celebration of that coming out, and before Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse comes out, which would make me have to revamp this video altogether, I decided to rank all Spider-Man movies from worst to best. Now keep in mind, some of it is my personal opinion in comparison to actual reviews and ratings, and what have many people have said before me. But keep in mind, I also pay respect to all of those with different opinions. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, so I grew up with Spider-Man since childhood. He's pretty much a god to me. And he's probably my third favorite superhero, rivaled only by Superman and Batman. I'll talk about those guys some other day. But for now, enjoy every Spider-Man movie ranked from worst to best. Before I begin, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and ring the notification bell. Even though I practically never make a video again, I don't know, because I'm very lazy when it comes to this sort of thing. Now, before I go into the ranking, I have 4 honorable mentions for these movies I haven't even seen. I'm talking about certain spin-off films that are technically canon, but I will not talk about in this video. And start up is Venom. Now, Venom is a popular Spider-Man villain who got his own spin-off film, which is probably half and half not canon and is canon, but it is pretty much a solo story with Eddie Brock, revamped origin of the symbiote and that sort of thing. I thought it was alright. There's just certain films that I wouldn't consider canon to the actual Spider-Man, or rather, Spider-Verse, in the cinematic sense. With that said, I've also not seen Venom, Let There Be Carnage yet at the time I'm making this video, and I've also not seen Morbius. I think Morbius is gonna be bad in the best sense, and now I'm a Whovian, I can finally make Doctor Who jokes with Matt Smith. And with Let There Be Carnage, all I know is that it's directed by Andy Serkis, which I'm really looking forward to. And another thing I would like to mention is Spider-Man, the movie, to be exact, of the Japanese series. Yeah, in 1977, Marvel had a deal with the Japanese toy company Toei, and for a good run of episodes, came their own Spider-Man series. As 1970s, they tried to make backdoor pilots for live-action series based on Marvel heroes in the 70s. As they were making a Spider-Man show in America, they made another Spider-Man show in Japan running at the same time, but both very different from each other, like with Sonic the Hedgehog and Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog running at the same time. But there's a few things that drove those 2 Spider-Man series different from apart. That the Japanese series is batshit insane. Now, I haven't seen the show, unfortunately. I've only seen bits and pieces, and I love the absolute theme song, and I really hope to watch the show and talk about it someday. As far as I know, the show actually got a spin-off movie, and because I haven't seen it, I'm fortunately not putting it in this list. But hopefully when I do the revamped version, where I talk about Beyond the Spider-Verse, I'll probably include all these films I've mentioned. So, without further ado, let's get to number 13, as so far, the worst Spider-Man movie. And at number 13, so far, the absolute worst Spider-Man movie is Spider-Man: The Dragon's Challenge. Now, I know what you're thinking. First off, Amazing Spider-Man 2 is not at the bottom of the list. It's later in the list, so ha! And second off, what the hell is Dragon's Challenge? Now, as I mentioned in the 70s, as Marvel branched with Toei into making the Japanese series, at the same time there was also the American series. Now, this was a really weird period of time for Marvel in the late 70s, as they tried to make live-action TV series based on each famous Marvel superhero. There was a lot of different scripts and different cancelled movies, and there were 4 superheroes that eventually got their own TV movie pilot, as means to being back to a pilot for their own spin-off series. One of which was Doctor Strange, where he's a psychiatrist who inherits magic powers from his long family of wizards in order to fight Morgana Le Fay and a demon, I think, who's possessing people, I think. Then there's Captain America with Red Brown, which retconned that Steve Rogers was a Navy SEAL and the son of a 1940s superhero, and has to stop a billionaire from activating a bomb, and even got a sequel where he fought Christopher Lee as a villain called General Miguel, who tried to kill people with an instantaneous aging gas, and kept